Hello, we are here in Austria, and I'm so happy to be here with Annie.
Hi.
You are a Lovetuner team writer,
Yeah,
and we are very proud that we have you on board.
I am proud
Yeah,
to be on board of this universal project.
that's amazing. And we had a Lovetuner Love event yesterday,
Yeah,
and I was very proud for your downloads. The crowd was amazed. You are connected to the source. But like for me, it's always important that our people understand why our team riders are part of it, and everybody's so special. Nobody's outstanding because everybody's outstanding. And I would like to do one tune for our audience,
sure.
and
I'd love to.
And then I wanted you share where you're coming from. I mean, we all know where we're coming from. But
We all
why
start
you're here.
seed, right?
Exactly. So let's have one
Yeah,
tune
cool.
together.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. I want to know one thing first because the story is so amazing. I mean, we met in Los Angeles before. You came to my house, you saw stuff what nobody knows right away. You surprised my family with an information nobody knows, and it was beautiful. You and my children felt very humbled for your downloads that you got immediately. But I want to know one story first. Why Lovetuner for victory? And maybe you tell about victory and your journey a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a medium for the universal energy victory, which is the energy for winning, for success all over the universe. And this energy especially came for this event that we are all experiencing now. Our planet Earth is shifting to the next dimension.
Yeah.
So the mission of victory is bringing the light down to this planet, that special light for the golden age. So the story goes with victory is always one step ahead, maybe 2 or 3 steps ahead, I want to say. So I'm channeling this energy in this life for the last 20 years or so. And I feel like every time Victory says something that he likes, this is going to be major. So he gave us some breathing techniques. I discovered with a friend of mine. He said, let's do this, bring this to your people. And he was very excited. So I did it. And it was a major success. And the very first time I saw the Lovetuner, when I met Daniel here in Austria, he said to me, I left the room and I was already about to leave, and then Victory said, go back, we need this. And I turned around and I went back into the room and I said to Daniel, you know what, I need this for my people. We need this. And it's not because we're needy, it's because he immediately checked that this is something that will open all of our hearts. So I said to Daniel, okay, let's give this to my people. And I'm doing seminars with Victory for the last 20 years or so. And we figured every time we use the Lovetuner in our seminars, people are so much more connected because it's so easy to connect. My job is to connect people to their compatible energies of the universe. So when we do the channeling in our seminars, it's not a random thing. You know, we not just, open up our channels and see what's out there, because there's everything out there. So you want to be connected to a special energy that is compatible with your soul structure, so to speak. And the Lovetuner, when Victory saw the Lovetuner, I knew we gotta have this. And then he gave me all kind of messages that would say something. Everybody on this planet will have this Lovetuner because it matches. The frequency of 528 matches with the quality of the new light that all the spiritual forces are bringing down now to this planet. So from above and from here, the frequency from the earth and the frequency from above, from the universal forces, getting together and they match. And this is what's going to happen to each and every one of us on this planet. We are going to shift our energies, and it's our mission, and it's the mission of the Lovetuner. Everybody can connect. It's something for everyone. You know, no matter where you're coming from, if you're black or white, if you're young or old, it doesn't matter if you're educated or not. This is all that happens in our heart, and with our hearts we are all connected. There's no difference between anybody.
That's so beautiful. I mean, you told me this download, that you had this download.
Yeah.
You told me how you see the morphogenic field,
Yes.
being connected. But I want to tell one thing real quick to our Lovetuner family, because you know, channeling is something, I mean, it's, there's a lot of people out there, they think they can channel. And they are just airy-fairy people that insecure a lot of people because they don't even bring it to the ground into manifestation. But this is why I like your quality. I mean, I know how connected you are and the downloads you have. But maybe you can tell our family a little bit about that you're actually a very grounded person, that you actually, you know, have been a manager. Then maybe you give a little bit of an insight that somebody who is like also like economically successful, that manage stuff. You have been working, I think you've been a manager in insurance. So it's like, it's a very interesting thing because you combine actually these two worlds, you know, and this is what I believe is the most important right now, is that you're not airy-fairy and just, you know, meditate and you don't manifest, because the manifestation is actually what lifts the energy.
Exactly. Yeah.
So maybe you tell our family a little bit about your career.
Well, when I started out, I immediately knew that there should be something more. You know, it's not, the life is not 9 to 5, and it never was to me. So I was looking for something that gives me a purpose in life. And then I connected to my soul for the very first time, a long time ago already. And ever since then I knew I have a higher purpose. And it's not because I'm somebody special, it's because there is people in this world, there are souls in this world like you and your family that have a special purpose. And that doesn't mean that we are somebody better, it just means that we are leaders. We have to walk and tell people the path that they can follow, you know, to get the ground for them ready to walk on, so to speak. And in my career, I've always figured when you stick to only making money, you're not going to be happy. So when you combine the higher purpose with the material world, that is what we're here for. If you only meditate and you don't manifest anything, as you say, what is the purpose of being here then? You know, we can live a social life, we can live a nice material life, but still being connected. And making money is not a bad thing, because if you use the money like you do, and you give money to people or give a purpose to people to help them actually, not being greedy, but share, then it's a good thing to make money and to be not only in the spiritual world, but also being in the management. So why not? This is important for me, and it's our mission right now to bring the Lovetuner also into the corporate world, because there you have people who influence many other people. And to make people understand that we are the creator of our own life is very important, not only in the corporate world, but there is a good place to start, to make people understand we all stick together, and a good company, a company in this spirit will be successful in the future. And this is what we have to do. This is our mission, to make the corporate world understand that love is everywhere.
Yeah, beautiful how you say it. You know, I wanna point out one thing when you talk about the lights that you see in your downloads. Because when I started, it was interesting, and I told you I had my former partner who had who got introduced to the frequency, and then I made this product. And back then it was like maybe a handful of people, a couple of hundred people have been out there and tuning. And the interesting thing is, so we started, and I remember one of our first team riders, Kim Steb, we have been standing on the ocean like a handful of people, and people walk by, and she said to me, listen, in 5 years, 3 years, people will know, oh, these people are tuning. And back then, you know, California is very open, it's very different to Europe. So people, I mean, it's the birthplace of of yoga in the Western world and meditation and so on and so on. But the interesting part was I went running in the morning, and at one point I invited people, friends, and I said, listen, I'm always like right after sunrise, I'm down at the ocean and I'm tuning. And I never made like a specific time, but they know that I'm running, so they either catch me before the run or after the run, and sometimes it was 2 people, 3 people, sometimes 15. And sometimes I was alone, and it was very interesting because I could kind of feel that I tune, and I got the intention, you know, that the frequency goes in the ocean, and we are in the Pacific, the biggest ocean, and you know how it spreads out. And this was always my intention, you know, to get this frequency out, to lift the frequency of our world.
Yeah.
And then slowly but steady, I felt that other people are tuning, you know, and I mean, now with the growing success and people tuning, I feel as soon as I tune, no matter where, you know, in the world, even if it's in a hotel like here, or if it's whatever on an airport, no matter what time, there's somebody tuning.
Right.
And it would be beautiful if you tell us more about the lights, about the downloads that you have.
Mm-hmm. So we are all starseed, as we said when we started. We are all light. I mean, we are frequency and we're pure light. Deep down inside, we have that connection. Our inner core is made of pure light. So everybody on this planet has the same pure light. And what happens when you tune, you connect to the field. It's like made out of light around our planet. And it has a lot of points, okay? And each and every point is one light. So each and every point is one of us. And what happens when you tune, the light, oh, that gives me goosebumps now. The light comes down.
You can see mine here.
Yeah, and if you tune, you connect at this very moment to each and every light on this planet. And this is what happens when we shift the energy, you know, and this is your mission, our mission with a Lovetuner. This is what's going to happen. When each and everyone has a Lovetuner and we are tuning, we are all connected. And it's not going to be a network, it's going to be a field, a total field around our planet. And this is what shifts the energy. This is the vision that came down, that we downloaded. And every time, you know, every soul counts, every life counts. And every time when somebody's tuning on this planet, it shifts the energy. And at the end, when we all are connected and we all tuning at the same time, the shifting is going to happen, and we're going to, you know, glide into the next dimension. This is the vision that we downloaded. And I strongly believe in this because I know from my experience in the past 20 years, whatever came down from the spiritual forces, from the source itself, it always happened like this. There's no way around it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful.
So to me, it's it's a real universal mission to give a Lovetuner to each and everyone on this planet, because we all are connected, and the more people are getting this idea, the sooner it will happen, and it will be to the benefit of all of us. It's not a special crowd that is like on top of everyone. This happens only when we would understand that we are all on the same page. And no matter where we are, from which country or wherever we come from, the inner core is connected all over this planet. And connected, you know, since we are starseed, in that very moment when we tune, we feel our connection to the universe. And the light is in us. And when the light from the universe matches with the light in us, with our inner core, that is what happens. That is what love means and what love is on this planet.
Yeah, yeah. Beautiful how you say it.
Yeah.
You know, because yesterday when we had this event, and you know, channeling is like, I think a lot of people know about it, but it's so interesting, people who have no clue about it. And we saw it, how these people yesterday, like, they felt also their empowerment, you know, like, oh, it's, and I always say this because, you know, our slogan is, be your own guru. So, and I told you before that I don't see myself, you know, I'm a regular guy, you know, like it's, I always had like a positive attitude towards life, and I discovered my spirituality very, very early in life, but I never really shared it. And But we always did good stuff with everything what we did, so there was always a higher purpose. But I told you, like, there's no Mr. Lovetuner or whatever, and there's nobody who right or wrong and be above or beyond. I told you that I'm a bus driver, and I invite people to join me in the bus, and you said to me, I'm not a bus driver, I'm a jet pilot because we're really fast. That's cool with me too, but I'm not a guru. And so I say to everybody, be your own guru, because it's really the entitlement of people. And yesterday when you spoke at the event, I could see in people who never knew what chanting means, they don't even know about the 5 dimension, but just telling them that they're also a light, a shining light. I saw so many smiles in the audience. It was just unbelievable. And when you told the people to stand up and raise their hands and hug each other, it was just beautiful to see.
Well, this is what happens, you know, when you really get the idea what channeling means. It's not telling other people what to do and what not. That's not my mission either. I see myself as a person who helps other persons finding themselves, find their own person, you know, and the minute they get that, I let them go. Because there is so much more. So I don't see myself as a guru, and people have to go like, oh my God, you are the one, you know. We all have that same knowledge, and it's our mission to share that knowledge and to share that love. And channeling, real channeling means, well, we developed a special technique to make sure that you are connected to your compatible energy, first of all. And second is like, you know, people always feel that. When you speak the truth, and you speak from heart to heart and not from mind to mind, people feel that. At the end of the day, maybe they don't know what is it, and they cannot specify what you're talking about, but that's not important to me. What's important to me is that they feel something in their heart. That's all I need to know, you know, and that's what happens to people. When they feel that they have a movement in their heart, that's the very first step to channeling.
Absolutely. I mean, and you know, you've been living in Los Angeles before, and we're having big plans for the next year. So to bring also into our LA community or California community your knowledge, and you will be with us. We're gonna do some events together, gonna tune together, obviously. But I just think it's so important that people like you, really, they're like light poles in the world that can bring down this energy. And people talk a lot about the golden age, and it's right off that we take off. And I like your vision. Maybe you can talk about this a little bit, how it's speeding up right now, because you're doing this since over 30 years, and you've been waiting for this moment so much. Exactly. And now this frequency is really out there. Yeah. You know, regular people who never even knew what we are talking about 10 years ago, they're now ready. And maybe you can tell these people how fast we are going and how steep this curve is.
Yeah. So first of all, we are going super fast. As I said, it's not the time to drive the bus anymore. It's you know, it's time to take everybody on the jet and just speed up, because this is the quality of the time right now. When we started with channeling and with manifesting, it took us maybe like 2 or 3 years to manifest any idea. Now it's happening fast. It's happening like this, you know. You have the idea in your head, you put it in your heart, and it's already there. It's already done. So this time, it's very important that everybody knows they have the same ability. It's not about, you know, going to school or study something. Immediately, when you connect, when you see, and you get the idea that you are pure light, you can manifest right now. Absolutely. You know, and it's not, nothing is going to stop this. So the Lovetuner idea, nothing is going to stop, and nobody is going to stop this idea, because it matches and it gives people the ability to do it for themselves. They don't need us. At the end, they don't need anybody anymore. And this is the idea why I'm doing this for such a long time. Because I feel like freedom is for every soul. I feel like everybody should get the idea that they are the own creator of their life, and we don't need anybody out there. We just be there, open the hearts, tune and connect. And this is something that will speed up even more with every day we are on this planet, because now is the time. The golden age is here. And once we have something is downloaded, it gets manifested in no time. So people get ready, get a Lovetuner, start tuning, and then we take off and we fly.
Thank you, Anne. It was a pleasure that you shared your knowledge with us. And we're gonna connect soon in Los Angeles again. And it was a pleasure talking to you.
Well, thank you very much for having me. It was a pleasure to see you and to talk to you. And I say hi to California.
Okay, great.
And I will see you soon. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Annie.